Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I just got back from the farmer's market. I'm high on orange juice and sugarcane juice, so I thought it would be a perfect time to spit a video. Market was spectacular as usual again today. Oh my God, just wait, I'm gonna show you a little bit of it. Ergo the title of this video. This is just kind of one of those random weekend videos. I kind of planned on talking about the first 90 days of my meditation practice, which I passed this week. And I was thinking, I kind of want to throw something else in on there. So when I got to the market and saw the mangoes this morning, I'm like, that's it. Listen, the mango, I'll do the mango, and then I'll do a proper shot of the mangoes in a little bit. But anyhow, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I do videos every day. I tend to be a little bit more on a topic during the week on the subject of raw vegan, plant-based lifestyle, fitness, meditation, and I go off on the weekends to a bit of different subjects now and then. So if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and click on the bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. These mangoes, they just keep dropping in price. I mean, I guess we are at the absolute peak right now. I got there this morning and they're selling, just to put it in perspective, they're selling 3 kilos for 1,000 colones. So if we're changing that, that's about 6.6 pounds, over 6 pounds. Shit, now I'm losing my conversion. 1,500 for 3. Anyway, that's, let me just show you. I think that'll work better. This bag, $2. This is $2 worth of mangoes right here. There's one bigger bag that I have that's a $4 bag. But no, these are both $2 bags right here. And I've got about 6 of these. And these are all, let me take them out and show you. This has become my favorite. People ask me the different names and I just hone in on what I know and what I like. I'm kind of like that animal in the jungle that's just, you know, really discerning which fruit they want. I like them Irwin mangoes. They're kind of like a little bit flatter as opposed to, and the Irwin are the best. I don't ever have any surprises on the Irwins if I don't let them over ripen. But see, you can see a little bit of the contrast. But I got some of these too. I didn't get many. I got like 5 of these because these have been perfect. I've never had one that was bad. These can be a little stringy or a little sour sometimes, but most of the time they're good. But right now, as I'm looking at it, and you'll see in a little while, I'm sitting on about, holy smoke. There's probably, my eyes were probably, I got a little too excited. I'm probably gonna have to cut up, do a good bit of cutting over the next few days and put some of this stuff in the freezer. But that's where this will come in handy. Now this added to, this is maybe my favorite thing on the planet. I freeze the mango and I blend it with the orange juice, and the consistency of it is just next level. One thing as I'm doing this video, I forgot that I wanted to add to that I didn't get, no big deal, was ginger. But I must have, geez, I don't even know. I must have like, I must have 35, 40 of these. And I've got about 7 or 8 from yesterday, a little trip I made yesterday. So I've got my orange juice to mix them with. This is what I drank earlier today, I drank half and half. I got a small one and then had to go back for a refill. This is the orange juice and sugarcane mix, half gallon. And then got half gallon of just sugarcane juice to mix with smoothies and drink on its own and what have you. So yeah, it was just another spectacular day. There were 2 different little voices in my head the whole time I was at the market. And one of those voices was telling me, it kept telling me like, well, you need to look around, you need to go look, and you need to get some other fruit. And the other voice was telling me, why? These mangoes are just so good. And I kept going by different vendors, and I buy my mangoes from, I don't buy all my mangoes from one person. It's really intuitive. I've had a couple of people bump into me at the market or meet me at the market since I've been at this location. And I always kind of wonder what they think of my process. They must think I'm a little intense when I'm at the market. In fact, my friend who, like, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks since you told me you were gonna be there. I have people that every once in a while that just kind of surprise me and say, hey, I've seen your show. And I'm very focused when I'm doing my food shopping. So I just go with what mangoes, they speak to me. I go up and down the aisles. You got to picture these long aisles, like almost the length of a football field if you're not from the States. Back and forth. There must be a couple hundred different vendors in there. So I just walk and walk. And when I see those mangoes that just like go by me, I go over and I get myself a bag. Now I always start off with mangoes. Like mangoes are kind of the focus of the market, and what I do is I get my mango started, or a good stash or a good supply of mango going. Before I even look at anything else, I'll usually go through and get just a bunch of mango. But oh, and I've got, if you're watching this video, I've got some guests that are coming in a few weeks. You're gonna love it, man. You are gonna absolutely love it, because I really see the mangoes getting better, if that's possible. I don't know. I'm just riding the wave. Like I said, I used that analogy a while back, just riding that cosmic wave, and I'm just riding the mango wave right now. As long as there's good mango, abundant, I'm just gonna stick to mango. So I went real simple today. I bought mango, I bought lettuce, I bought kale, I bought some heart of palm, I bought some red pepper for my dressings, but it's going to be another at least 4 or 5 days of just really simple. So anyhow, like I say, just want to jump in there right now and give you a little shot of that mango love. There's that mango love. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all that. Yeah. Now, every single one of these is perfect. As you can tell, the plastic kind of takes the color away, but these are all gorgeous. It's going to be another good week. Okay, now I'll talk a little bit about the first part I was planning on talking about, my meditation, my first 90 days. As I've mentioned before, I've thought about meditating, read about meditating. I've meditated a good bit off and on throughout my years, but I just never really established a practice. And that always kind of bothered me a little bit, but you know, that monkey mind, I just was like, well, I don't know. And I never really, I guess, put in, I don't know, I didn't look to the right sources. Not meaning I didn't read a lot of good sources, but I guess I just didn't get what resonated me. Or maybe the time just wasn't right. Who knows with those kind of things. But anyhow, just to recap a little bit, I decided I was going to commit to a daily meditation practice. So I was looking around a little bit on the internet, and I came across this Calm app. And I got it for my iPhone, and I actually ended up getting the paid version because they have some really good meditations. It was $60 for the year, $5 a month. And it's the first 90 days has just been phenomenal. It kind of gave me a little bit of structure. There's some guided meditations in there. The woman's voice on there, they have a 21 days of calm. And like some of them have more like talking than others, but none of them are obtrusive. But I would just say in the first 90 days, I have gotten a lot more focused. Like when I'm doing things, it is like, because my meditation, the bulk of my meditation right now is mindfulness meditation, which means always just coming back to the now. It's just kind of a practice of always catching yourself, bringing yourself back to here and now. There's only one place you can ever be, that's here, and there's only one time you can ever be in, and that's now. So that's been like a meditation for me, and a thought process of me for focusing on what I'm doing. When I'm, you know, and I'm not perfect. This is a long path. I might need 3 or 4 more lifetimes to do it, but it's just like kind of, when you're cutting a mango, you're cutting a mango. You're there with the mango, you know, you're not thinking about this, that, and the other. And it kind of has helped me, like, I've always tried to fool myself and say, oh, I can multitask. No, I can't. And it has helped me to like focus in on like what I'm doing when I'm working and stuff, instead of jumping around and going to look at this and going to look at that, going, no, focus on this. It's centered me even more than I was. I would say I've slowed down a little bit. It's hard to say. My brain just seems to be processing things a little bit differently. And there's no woo-woo, or there's no kind of out there stuff or metaphysics or anything involved in meditation. Meditation is very much a scientific thing. Yoga is very much a scientific thing. It's just the way that people practice it and have looked at the practices that have made it kind of this esoteric, kind of really deep mysterious thing. But as far as the meditation goes, don't ever get intimidated by that word. Meditation, it can be whatever people want it to be. It can be very spiritual. It can be very opening. It can be very loving, or it can be very practical. It can be simply for setting your mind for the day. It can be simply like establishing a ritual. Rituals in life help us to function, or they help me to function anyway. If I don't have some ritual in my life, I'm just total chaos, and I don't have any focus whatsoever. And it's become a part of my day. That's something that I noticed too. Is I used to kind of I remember in past times when I meditated, it was almost like I was forcing myself to do it. I kind of dreaded. I'm like, oh God, it's almost time, or I got to get a meditation over before the day. Now I tend to look forward to that time. It's just not so, it's kind of an unplugging, but it's also kind of a tuning in as well, because you know you're present. You're present when you're meditating. It's not like, I think people have misconceptions like you're trying to empty your mind or whatever. And also, as I'm explaining this is just as meditation is different to everybody. Your perception of meditation. I want to be clear, because I'm saying 90 days. When I talk about meditation, I'm not doing it from the standpoint of some sort of expert. But I want to share as this path unfolds, because like I've mentioned before, I think too many people write books, start a YouTube channel, like have a presence after they've gotten somewhere. And then people are asking, well, let's see, what was the process? What was the before and after, blah, blah, blah. Well, if I start this, towards the beginning of my journey, people get to see it unfold, and I think there's value in that. I think there's value for beginners in anything to be able to relate to other beginners. It makes things less intimidating than when you just, go to experts on things. And hey, I always want to try to keep that beginner's mind, because like there's a little quote that they always say on that Calm app. In the beginner's mind, there's lots of possibilities. In the expert's mind, there's very few, because the expert knows it all, knows things. So yeah, it's just something, it's become a daily part of my life. I can't imagine not doing it now. I think as I go into it, now that and like I say, 90 days is just a random arbitrary number, but I don't know, it just was kind of a significant point for me. And I think where I will progress from here, I've been thinking about that a little bit. Do I extend my meditations? Do I meditate more than once a day? What do I do? What do I do? And this has just been a gentle path, like before. No forcing it. No, okay, you're going to do this. So I just feel it. I don't put too much pressure on the practice, because I'm enjoying the practice. So as of right now, the only what I would like to do is just get more really regular on doing it first thing in the morning. I meditate every day for 90 days, but sometimes something will come up in the morning, or I'm doing something else, or I feel like jumping on into work, and I don't meditate in the morning. And then I pick it up in the evening. But I think there's a real benefit, and I want to see like what happens if I start being regular doing that. Like if there's any change, even if it's very subtle, like meditating first thing every morning before I get started doing anything else. And that's what you do, because once you get started with your routine, answering emails, working, blah, 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 the mind gets racing, So it's a good thing to kind of like have that quiet time before the chaos comes during your day. And another thing that has really, I guess, made me enjoy this practice, and now I can really see the benefits from this practice, is there's no judgment. Before I was always kind of evaluating myself. You're sitting there and you're like, damn, stray thought, it went away. Oh, you're not good. You can't meditate. You don't know how to meditate. Or after a session, being like, I just don't meditate well. I just don't meditate well. You meditate well if you show up. If you show up, and this is just a random cushion, but this is my cushion that I use right now. I'll probably get a meditation cushion when I go to the States, just so I'll have something about the right size. But a good meditation session is one where you show up. It's one where you're physically there. It's one where you set aside that space and sit down for those 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever you decide to meditate. There's not any bad sessions. There's no good sessions. They're different. And once I came to that attitude about it, the benefits just took off. Like I say, I'm a pretty calm person. I'm a pretty happy person anyway, but I guess I'll finish off by saying the meditation seems to be kind of making that a little deeper, like a deeper calmness and whatever. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Like I say, I'd like to but I'd like to be regular with the morning thing. Probably going to extend. No, I'm not putting any pressure on myself to do it, just little by little, few days at a time. Probably going to start extending my meditation sessions. Maybe picking up another one during the day, you know, like if you meditate first thing in the morning. I think that would be an ideal thing to do. And not that I'm going to switch over to transcendental meditation, but I do know I've watched and read of a lot of people that do TM, and they do their 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, and it's kind of bookends to the day. I kind of like that idea, even if they're not even if they're not the same length, they're not a full meditation. I like that idea of starting the day with meditation, and I like that idea of finishing the day with a meditation. And then I kind of think there would be a lot of benefit in even splitting the day with one. Now, the middle of the day one might just be a little quick one, might just be one where you sit and breathe for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you can do. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to finish off with that. That's about as detailed as I get into it. If you can watch tons and tons of videos out there on meditation. I still recommend the Calm app if you're a beginner. It is a way to jumpstart it. I'm not going to stay with the Calm. I mean, I'm not going to use an app. It just kind of got my practice going. But basically, this is meditation. You sit with a straight, erect posture, your back, your spine straight. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. That's basically my focus when I'm meditating. Now, I will be probably dropping into some Kriya yoga and Kriya meditation soon, and I'm also going to start doing more breath work. But for the meditation, couldn't be happier. Listen, it's something, if you've never looked into it, please, please, please. It may not be what you think. It may not be for you. I don't like to push people. Oh, you've got to do this, you got to do that. But it can bring a lot to your life. At least look into it, because it may not be, you might have had misconceptions that have kept you from doing it in the past. And anyhow, I couldn't be happier. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Love you. Peace.